Hi, I'm Simon Wild, board game designer from Toronto, Canada, and I'm here to tell you about a project I've had in the works for a while now. It's called Synergy, and it's a game of resource management, trading, planning, and negotiation for 2 to 6 players. Synergy focuses on the aspects of board gaming that I think are the cornerstones of good game design: player choice and player interaction. To understand what I mean by player choice, one only has to look at all the games that are lacking, or even devoid of choice. Candyland, Snakes and Ladders, The Game of Life. In games of this sort, the player hardly needs to be involved, as they make no decisions, simply rolling dice and then doing what the dice, board, and rules of the game tell them to do. Other games are made of pure choice, and this can be overwhelming. Too many options can paralyze a player and make the experience unfulfilling. Choices that are not understood produce the same result, and may as well be random as far as I'm concerned. If you make a bad call, it should be clear why it was bad, and what you could have done better. With Synergy, I strive to make sure that meaningful choices are available to the player on each turn, and that the ramifications of the choices are intuitive. The second principle of game design that I think is a cornerstone of the board game experience is something I call player interaction. This, in my opinion, is what separates tabletop gaming from video gaming: the face-to-face human element. A group of friends, or even strangers, gathered around a complex task like a board game produces a focused social environment that engages the participants in a way that other diversions do not. Some games, in particular some of the more hardcore games, lack this element. The reason Settlers of Catan is so engaging is the player's freedom to haggle, communicate, make deals, and interact. In Monopoly, one of the most popular games of all time, these types of unscripted, outside the rules interactions are the core of the gameplay. The inverse of this is the reason that chess can be played by computers. No negotiation is possible, with very little room for player interaction. Synergy places all the players in positions where they can gain by making deals with one another. It encourages the players to constantly wheel and deal. The turns move quickly, and even when it's not a player's turn, there are opportunities to negotiate and deal with the other players. I've seen very elaborate deals concocted during Synergy playtests, where both players were sure they'd gotten the better end of the deal. Finally, I'm proud of and want to speak briefly on the uniqueness of Synergy. In all my decades as a board game aficionado, I have not ever encountered a game with similar rules or structure to Synergy. While it does have some mechanics that board game veterans will recognize, most of it is fresh and unique, with mechanics that I have not seen before. Well, that's all for now. Check out the rewards and check back for details and updates on how the project is progressing.